The Sunshine State, a hotbed of passionate football fans. It is not hard to find where rivalry battle lines in the state are drawn on a day like today. These two are due to lock up once again, and we can't wait to get it started. This is a live look at the Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. It's the Florida State Seminoles and the Florida Gators. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, Coach Norvell told me before the game, this is a concerning crowd. You know, every time we're here, it's one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. The coach said they will have to communicate at a high level. They have worked with crowd noise all week at practice. We'll see if it pays off here today. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Noles ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, did they want to run it up the middle? Do they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying it, because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
Jones wants to throw it. Got it. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Handoff for Ball. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
And historically, this game really has meant a lot. You go back to the 90s, this was basically a de facto national championship game before the championship game. Remember, they played twice back in 1996, the year Danny Werfel won the Heisman Trophy. So this game always means a lot.
Right side, it's Ball. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
The Gators are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fighting for it, it's Brown. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The Gators are rolling down the field. Jones to throw. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Fresh set of downs going up top. He's going to go for a big one. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
The offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. That's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
That's caught. It's Robinson. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. He threw a pick on the initial drive, but they have it back, and we're still looking for our first points of the game. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend.
Break. Bingo, bingo. Flip, flip, flip.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Got the first down. Turning it on. He's at the 30. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. He breaks a tackle, and he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
This offense is high-octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt. A return. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Makes the grab, down immediately, picks up a few.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Back to pass on second down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Gator fans love to see their teams light up the scoreboard, but they'll take the defense bringing the heat too.
And I think that was a staple, Reese. Back in the day, you had great offenses for Florida, but the teams that really had the most success and that reached the highest mountaintops, they had great defense to go with it. This defense playing well.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. The play fake. Oh, pressure's coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
He's going to get loose. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
And that's the second time today, man. Like, you see, it looks like he's going in fast forward. Now, he's got some jets, man. This guy can really, really move. This offense does such a nice job of finding creative ways to get him the football. And we've already seen it today. A couple of explosive plays, and they're going to continue to feature this young man.
Jones wants to throw it. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
After the sack, they have their work cut out for them. Basically, they have to get it to the other side of town. Back to throwing, they've got to go a long way. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Out wide left, it's Brown. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. And they decide to trot out the kicker. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, looking for a man. Left side is Robinson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, this guy is one of the best receivers in college football, and the defense knows it too, right? They've been watching film, and that time on 3rd down, they had him double covered. That's a big reason why that ball fell incomplete.
And the Noles will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this one.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. He's got enough to move the chain.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox toting the rock, man. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big, but so fast for a guy his size. He just caused so many problems for the defenses we faced. And I think in the SEC today, you have got to be able to run the football if you're going to win games. And this guy right here, he's going to give the Gators a chance.
And you think the defense is dialed into this guy? Like, he's already had such a great start to the football game, and you know they're using him. Great job by this defense. Great adjustment. Great job being downhill, physical, fast right now and getting him stopped.
Jones to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. Pulls it in. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can use that blazing speed and make bigger plays. I look for them to continue to find ways to get that fast dude in space.
And the Gators, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Quick completion to the right. Breaks into the open. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
They want to throw it. Wide out trying to get it in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Ball. Beck's going for the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gator. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. First play of this drive. Looking left. That's caught. It's Robinson. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points?
Gonna take a shot at this DB. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Got enough for the first down. They finally get him down, but the explosive play has them set up as we get set for the final 2 minutes of the half. The Gators come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Motion from the wide receiver. Jones wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here's a give the ball. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. The Brain Trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. FSU calling its second timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. The Gators send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Looks it in. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Off play action on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Florida! The defense does the work itself with a pick six. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tacked on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Handoff for Ball. Oh, he's got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida.
You know, sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time, they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sideline's going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. The give to the lone running back. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Second down, gonna throw it. He lets one fly deep. Snags it down the right side. Florida State calls its third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown, Seminoles! How about that shot into the end zone, and he makes the grab for the score.
And And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the second quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the second half.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jones to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Stockton. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, they have a massive lead, and we're only in the second quarter, but they're not calling the dogs off. They are staying aggressive, and they are taking shots. Another hook up there for this offense. Everything that they are dialing up is working to perfection. They're looking to add already to their blowout lead.
Out wide right, it's Ball. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Gators can really attack on this second and short. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He's got it at the 25. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout in second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Wants to throw one first. Throws for the tight end. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They'll need a bunch on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. A shot toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Tackled at the 16-yard line. That's not enough for the first down, and we'll see if they go for it here. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They'll grab the swift kick just inside the 10. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. We're just about ready to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll drive at their own 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Moving the pocket, it's Daniels. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. So after that turnover, they can add to this already sizable lead with their first drive of this second half. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
He's got it and still on his feet. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll try to run with ball. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Gators! And the Gators have chomped down, and they've put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Looking downfield, it's Berry. Moving out to the right. Snags it. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And you talk about just being a pain in the butt. This guy, he can just scramble, move, throw it on the run, and his ability to extend the play was the reason for the conversion right there, Palmer.
Yeah, and David, I like the idea that he kept his eyes down in the field, right? With his speed, there's a lot of guys in his position that would have just taken off and tried to go get it with their legs, but he gave the play a chance. He allowed the routes to develop and let everybody work the scramble drill to find a big-time completion.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Second down to the air. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. On play action. He's going for a big play downfield. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
He'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
On the snap, it's Brown. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. The Gators will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. No room to bring it back. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Dropping back, it's Berry. Out wide left, it's Robinson. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Seminoles moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on 3rd and really long, making a play, not putting the ball in harm's way. But I love what the defense did, man. They understood where the sticks were, and they weren't letting their playmaker get behind there. They were going to come up, make a sure tackle, and force the 4th down. And now you can make the decision on what you want it to be. But
He's got it, 1st down and more. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Florida State. Into the end zone with a breakaway score. PAT unit on the field. And it's up and good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One final quarter to play and a W in the win column at stake as we open the fourth. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Ball again. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Bingo, Ruben.
Gets the back moving. Looks as if he's going to run it. Nice job to get it past the sticks and then get him down at the 35. The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Using his feet. Past the 6. Flying down the left side. At the 20. Touchdown Gators! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he capped it off with a 65-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. To the air, it's Sperry. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. He's got the first down. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Jones wants to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Singleton. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
This receiver is such a weapon. He has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Flip it out to the back on the screen. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.
And the Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Left side is Pryor. Headed to the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. And another big play by this offense, and if they are playing, not thinking about the scoreboard at all, there's evidence of it right there.
Hey, if there's time on the clock, as a defense, stop us. Because we're not stopping ourselves. We're going to continue being aggressive. We're going to continue trying to score points. That's the aggressive nature of this football team.
The Gators have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Driving forward, it's Ball. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Singleton. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Trying to establish the run. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
That's reeled in. It's Boggs. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were
going to throw it over the top of the D. Picked off to stop the threat. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Knocked down immediately.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
And he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Clock is all zeros, and time has expired here. It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida